Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, and welcome to another video dive and trading. My name is Daniel, and guys, I'm back. I am back, and to my subscribers, I want to apologize. I've been away for a few months now. I've been landed. Reason for that, I've been landed with a job, and I've been traveling a lot. Have no time. Had actually little time for my family, hence no time for YouTube videos. Having said that, I still have to continue traveling, but I want to really get back into the swing of things because I enjoy putting content out there for you guys. I don't actually earn anything from YouTube as of yet. I was close to getting to those 1,000 subscribers, and that's actually when I left. I've got my new job, so I really want to get back into swing of things. So help me get to those 1,000 subscribers. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, guys. First of all, before going into this, let's just see the stock market in general since February of 2021. We've had quite a bearish movement on the stock market in general, especially in the small caps and the mid caps. Having said that, one of the companies that hasn't been affected, and it's my true conviction stock, is Nokia. Nokia is my second largest in my portfolio, and I'll be very honest with you. I haven't actually touched my portfolio for the last few months. Okay, I probably could have made some readjustments. I could have actually done some dollar cost average, but I have not been doing that. So a lot of my stocks are actually quite hit badly due to this bearish market. Having said that, Nokia is up 58%. I'm up 58% in Nokia, so really good news, and there's a reason for that. The reason why we've seen bearish is because companies are starting to be valued into their true value, factored into their true value, whereas Nokia has always been considered as an undervalued stock, in my eyes, and also obviously due to the stock market agrees with that. It's a company that's growing. It's a company that I've done 10 videos on Nokia. If you go into my playlist on my channel, guys, you can see a little bit more about the company in detail. So I'm not going to go into details about Nokia in this video. I'm just going to go and look at pricing, have a look at the results, the recent results that we have, a little bit of a brief analysis. So please feel free to go into my Nokia playlist and have a look a little bit more Nokia. Uh, I would like to be turned into the Nokia channel because it's really a stock that I love. In fact, if you have a look at one of my videos down here, back here, Nokia, I put I love Nokia. That was an 18-minute video. Should I still buy? More great news and a price outlook. So it's a little bit the same we're going to be doing, guys. I love Nokia, and I plan to be holding on to this company for the long term. I've always said this as long term. Now, if we go back, let's have a look at pricing. Okay, let's have a look at pricing first of all. If we look at today, so we're on the 30th of December. Today, we're sat at $6.27, which is actually I was going to say an all-time high for the year, but if you remember, or if you don't remember, back at January, the end of January of this year, this stock was pumped and then it dropped, and it's due to the Wall Street bets community, social media, pumped this and it came back down. So it did actually go up to around about $9.50, I think it was, and it came back down. So it was a pump and dump there. But as I've always mentioned, I was in before this, and this is a company that uh, I'm holding on for the long term. Now, if we have a look at pricing, if we exclude this, we're at all-time highs for the year. So it's a 57-58% increase on the year. So this is really, really good. So we're outperforming the S&P, outperforming over 80% of stocks on the stock market. So it's good, and the reason is because it's undervalued. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at the company. Let's have a look at pricing. If we have a look at pricing, we go back to 2019 and we have a look at these levels that we've had here. We've had a real strong resistance line here. So there's a strong resistance line being plotted here, and we've had ups and downs. So back in the beginning of 2019, we're up at these levels, roughly where we are now. We've had a downtrend. We came back up in August 2020. Came back, dropped back down, and then this is the pump, the big peak here. We dropped back down, and now we're in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend because we've actually broke this true resistance line. Now we're at a level, guys. So since May, we've broke this resistance line. We've been consolidating, so this is actually quite good. we've been consolidating at a level which is really a true indicator that we could see an upside. It's not to say that we won't have a drawback. If we do have a drawback, we'll probably see it back at these levels here, which is around about the $5 mark. If it does ever get back down to $5 in the next few weeks, next few months, I'll be happy to buy more in at those levels. I actually bought just under $4 a share, so we're at 6.28 we said at the moment. So good, a good return at the moment. The next level, if we were to see an upside, we could see a 660 is the next resistance level. Then we've got the $8.05 mark, and then we've got the 950. Okay, so those are our next levels to be looking at. Is it a good time to be buying? In the long term, I still think it's undervalued. Even though I bought it under $4 and it's at $6.28, it's still a company that I think is still undervalued. Okay, and a lot of experts will also agree in the same. In fact, I have not seen a bearish report or bearish any expert saying this company is not valued at what it should be. The company has constant revenue increase quarter by quarter. They meet expectations, and on some quarters actually exceeding expectations. The only downside is a lot of institutional investors are not on board as of yet, simply to one reason, and the reason is though they have increase in revenue, they're not in profit. Okay, so we don't have a positive PE ratio, and I think that the moment the company starts to get into profit is when we would see a lot of institutional investors load up. Okay, so and I think this will probably happen at the end of next year or the beginning of 2023. If it happens before that, great. But we're looking at if they continue the way they're in continuing, we could see a 2023 the company into profit, and that's when investors will get in. A lot of investors will not go in for a company that is not profitable. Okay, so yeah, so this is good levels. I still think it's a good level to be buying, but that's my own point of view. So let's have a look at the health of this company. So let's go into Simply Wall Street, and we can see that trading, it's actually according to their analysis, it's at 10.4% below their estimated fair value. Okay, so earnings are forecast to grow just under 21% per year. Okay, so risk analysis is actually no risk analysis. Okay, apart from the company being unprofitable, not profitable as of yet. So let's have a look at the valuation. So we have a look at the 10 valuation. Like I said, 10.4. They a fair value for according to this is $6.20. In fact, this is outdated because this is in euros, right? So we'd have to see what $6.21 is. $6.21 in dollars would be. Let's have a quick look. €6.21. So according to their valuation, $7 is a reasonable value, just over $7. Okay, so we've got another 70 cents to get to a fair valuation according to Simply Wall Street. So let's have a look at the revenue. So revenue has increased little by little. Okay, we did see a slight decrease compared to the previous year on the second quarter, but now we're looking to, as you can see here, this is where this lined out. So 2023 is looking like it could be into positive. Okay, if we have a look at the earnings, so earnings here is so earnings they predict will be positive in 2022. Okay, so yeah, it's looking fairly flatline, but it's slowly getting there, little by little. Okay, let's have a look at earnings per share. So the earnings per share goes to 2020, so we're negative, and then 2022 is when we should start to see a positive EPS. We should, in going into 2022, 2023, see real good results for Nokia in terms of the EPS. Okay, as mentioned, the company is currently unprofitable, so this is really where the 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 problem is for a lot of investors. Dividends. I mean, if I look at dividends, they don't currently have dividends. They previously, years ago, used to have dividends, and they were going to put dividends. They were going to introduce, or they're actually considering if putting dividends back in. Now, I prefer, as the company as it is, I prefer them to actually grow and not give dividends out. Once they become profitable, then I would prefer them to give dividends. Okay, so dividends at 2% is quite promising, but I hope that they don't decide to do that anytime soon. I hope that they will at least wait a couple of years before actually doing that, but who knows? We'll see how that goes. So if they decide to put dividends back in, either way, I'd be happy. It'd be another one for my dividend portfolio. This is a little bit about the stability and the growth of payments. Okay, so this is about the dividend year. Let's have a look. Okay, so the Pekka Lundmark is the CEO. So this is the guy that actually is turning the company, has turned the company back to a positive into a positive stride. He's turned this round, and he's really looking at this company in the sense of making uh, partnerships in the 5G industry that make sense. So actually, with a greater margin, okay, making they do still make handsets, by the way. They still, but the real strong influence is in the network structure. So in the 5G in this case. We know that 5G is currently in place now. Between every G, so we've got had 4G, 5G, 6G will be the next one. There's a 10-year cycle. Okay, so we're around about 2 years into the 5G cycle now, 2 or 3 years. So we've got another 7 or 8 years to get to 6G. Now, Nokia is set to be one of the pioneers for 6G. Okay, so even though that's 7, 8 years down the line, this is what I'm looking at the long term. So I'm not looking to earn money tomorrow, earn lots of money tomorrow. I'm looking at the long term. So this is something to consider. Okay, so look into the future, and you'll see that this company is holding for the long term. So, guys, that's a little bit about Nokia. I still see this as a stronghold, as do Morgan Stanley. So, we're according to Morgan Stanley, that's one of their top tips, top picks rather for 2022. So, it's a tips. Let's have a look. Nokia shares were not active in early Wednesday, while ASML holding, because ASML is another semiconductor company. Analyst Dominic Oswald, sorry if I haven't pronounced that right, said Nokia shares are likely to benefit as the company continues to prove its margins, continue momentum in the network infrastructure spending, and a simpler play on continued 5G spending. Okay. Last month, Nokia signed an agreement with Ooredoo Group to bring multiple technologies and services, including 5G, to customers in the Middle East, North Africa, Southeast Asia, as a part of a multi-country 5-year deal. Okay, so in other words, in the next 5 years, they're gonna have guaranteed uh, return. Okay, their revenue is gonna increase. I don't see it decreasing. Okay, so as long as revenue is increasing, we're in good. When a company becomes profit, I think that's when we're gonna really see the numbers fly high. So guys, that's a little bit on Nokia. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe channel. Let's see if I can get to those 1,000 subscribers finally. Guys, I'll be doing more updates on Nokia in the near future. Every time news comes out, I will be doing updates. In fact, I will also be looking at other companies and other cryptos that I have in my portfolio that I've done previous videos on. So your Cardano, Alpine, still have Alpine by the way. So let's see if I can do an Alpine video soon. And a lot of others out there. So make sure, guys, you stay tuned in, and I hope to see you soon. Take care now. Bye bye.